Hey, it's Tanya, and I'm sitting outside today. I thought it'd be fun. I'm not gonna lie, I've been struggling a lot lately. I have been struggling with the thoughts of my miscarriage. A lot of the women that were pregnant around the time that I was pregnant are having their babies or have had them. A lot of these healthy, happy babies are coming out, and I've been really struggling with being around everybody. I've honestly been hiding in my house because of these mixed emotions that I've been having about it. And so I thought, why not share what I'm learning with people? Because it's not a conversation I ever hear. Like, I feel like nobody is willing to talk about mortality or, these heavy hitting conversations that we don't really want to have. Like, it's not a pleasant thing that we want to talk to people about every day. And it's such a sensitive subject because you're like, how do I approach that with somebody? How do I talk to somebody about their dead child? Like, that's a hard conversation. And how can we normalize this in our conversations to make it an okay conversation to have? Because I think there are times that we need to shut our mouth about it and not bring it up every 20 seconds, but also finding a way of seeing where people are in the space that they are. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I've been struggling lately. It hurts my heart to see that my child will never enter this world and experience all that God had, for them here. And I have to tell myself hey, I was going to mess up as a parent. I was going to do all this stuff that, I was going to be a good parent too, but I was going to make mistakes. And right now they're with the best parent they could ever be with. And it hurts that I can't be that for them. But it's also something that I just want people to know it's okay to have feelings, and it's okay to try to feel out where you're at, and it's okay to talk to people. I've noticed when I do bring it up with people, it's like they love that I brought it up. They love that I feel that they care about me and that they want me to feel loved through the process. But I was at church today and I was listening to a song that they just introduced, and I wanted to read a couple of the lyrics. The song is Made for More by Bethel Music, and I'm actually going to link it down below as a YouTube video. You can go and listen to the song because I took it out of context, but it was fitting for what I was feeling at the moment. And it says, because I wasn't made to be tending a grave. I was called by name, born and raised to life again. I was made for more. So why would I make a bed in shame when a fountain of grace is running my way? I know I am yours and I was made for more. I think I've been closing myself off and I've been tending that grave of, my child. And it's something that I want this to hopefully help somebody. I want us to realize that, mortality does happen. It's not a conversation that people have, and it kind of makes me sad because I feel like I looked into it once. I think it was during my healing process. Is why is death taken away from us so much? I feel like, for example, that wasn't making sense. In old times, we were born in the home. 100% of births were in your home. You'd have a doctor or you'd have a midwife that would come to the house. You'd be born, you would, grow up there. And then when it came to pass away, you were at home surrounded by family and friends, and you were surrounded by all this love, and your family was actually seeing this process. They were seeing death in a different light, that it's something beautiful. And if you know where you're going, which hopefully you do if you know Christ, but you have this hope of there's more after this. And that's why I chose to be a Christian, is because of the hope that it gives me. It gives me something to look forward to in the future, and I really value that. But I think we're starting to kind of go back to death in the home. We're having more hospice or in the home care nearer the time of death. And I think that it's something really beautiful that I really want to be a part of in my family's lives, in life and in death. We can be there for each other. And I don't know, I was just really empowered to speak about it a little bit today. I felt like somebody out there needed to hear this, just like I'm learning and I'm trying to hear for myself. But it's very healing to be able to talk about it. And again, sorry if I'm kind of like shoving this off onto you. And I think it's something that is a blessing and a hurt in life. I don't know. I remember, I'll share a clip of this as well. Andrew Garfield said something years ago in an interview that's really stuck with me about grief. And I kind of like tried to recreate what he said. I wrote it down so I would kind of remember. But again, I'll share a link to it so you can watch it. But it's something about, I hope this grief stays with me. Grief that remains with us is unexpressed love for that person that we didn't get to share with them while they were alive. So we get to share it now. And it just makes me feel like it's not wrong to be sad. It's okay. And it's something that is healthy. And I'm just sharing the love of that baby that I'm going to get to be with in heaven. And it's just really encouraging that my feelings are just unexpressed love for the person that passed away. And I think that can be for any kind of loss that we feel. I think that can be really beneficial. I don't know. I just feel like this conversation should be something that's a little bit more normalized. It's okay to talk about our mortality. I mean, we are humans. That means we're mortals. That means we are going to pass away. How can we give ourselves hope for that time? And maybe you're not a Christian, but like for me, that's where I get my hope, and that's where I get my feelings of adequacy. I'm not going to ever be enough, but God sees that value in me, even if, I couldn't keep a life in me. Sometimes I feel like it's a failure on my part, but in reality, it's not. It's just part of being human and part of the fall. And so, anyway, I just thought it would be something nice to share. But I don't know, my tip of the day would be like maybe start thinking about it. We don't talk about mortality, it's not a conversation that people normally have. And I want to be sensitive to people. I think that this is not a conversation that is going to be comfortable for everyone, and that's okay. You don't have to, watch the video. It's something that in my situation right now, it's something I just needed to talk about. And again, maybe it was going to be helpful for somebody else. But that's all I have for you today. I hope you have a wonderful day. Don't talk to strangers unless they give you candy. And I'll see you next time. Bye.